If you're shopping for earphones or in-ear monitors, IEMs under $100 or 4 to 500 ringgit, chances are your audiophile friend would have recommended you these Moondrop Arias, which raises more than a couple of questions like, it's made in China, boleh pakai or not? Or Malaysian for, is it any good? Why the box got waifu one? And finally, there are two different versions, the OG Aria and the Aria Snow Edition. Which is better and what's the difference? Which one should you buy? This is my review on the Moondrop Aria Regular and the Snow Edition, where I'm hopefully gonna answer all your questions. Wow, like really a lot of questions. Whoa. Full disclaimer, Star Speaker Audio Library sent over these IEMs for the review, but as usual, I reserve my right to say whatever I want. Now, Star Speaker has always been my go-to for audiophile products way before this collab because they actually know their stuff and they provide excellent customer service. If you're interested in any of these Arias after watching this review, then please consider using the links in the description as it will help us make more content like this and also won't cost you anything extra. Anyways, the Moondrop Aria and also the Aria Snow Edition are both priced at 369 ringgit, nice, or $80. For once, we are actually getting something cheaper than the States. Personally, I feel that this under $100 price point is a good place to start for people who want to basa-basa kaki or dip their toes into the wonderful world of audiophile IEMs. Of course, when compared to some pricier IEMs like my old AF180 from Audiophile that costs 4 times as much, you might not get the same level in terms of technicalities. I'm talking about detail, stereo imaging, and also soundstage. But both these Arias are still surprisingly good in those departments, especially considering the price. But where they don't need no light to shine, in my opinion, is definitely in terms of tonality, which we're going to talk about after we take a closer look at these IEMs. Both the OG Aria and Aria Snow Edition comes with the same full metal chassis in a matte finish that feels very robust and well constructed. In fact, the unboxing experience is just superb. These feel a lot more premium than their price tag would actually indicate. Feel free to check out our ASMR unboxing, also linked in the description. The two Arias differ in color and print, both with matching cables, ear tips, and also hard cases. I think Moondrop's designers definitely did a great job in designing these. They look really stylish and cool, kind of like designer jewelry, which is completely out of character considering the waifu packaging. So if you love wearing jewelry like Elaine with her infinite number of earrings, then these will definitely look like they're part of the outfit. As a side note, the newer Snow Edition comes with Moondrop's proprietary spring tips that sell for $13 that are actually surprisingly good, slightly better than the ones provided with the OG Aria. Also, I much prefer this rubberized cable because they are much easier to store away compared to the braided mesh that you get with the OG Aria. In terms of fit and comfort, which is pretty subjective, both these Arias feel identical in my ears. They fit well, are pretty comfortable but slightly heavy, and provide a decent amount of isolation. The main difference between these two Arias is actually on the inside. While both are configured with a single dynamic driver, the OG Aria comes with a liquid crystal polymer diaphragm, while the Aria Snow Edition comes with a DLC, diamond-like carbon diaphragm, which is a real thing. So it's not just a DLC as in skin change. The internals actually resulted in a marginal but still noticeable difference in sound. Speaking of sound, first off, I would like to clarify a few things. The Moondrop Aria, as much as I like them, spoiler alert, are not for everyone, even though I think that they are some of the most likable IEMs that don't really have a lot of polarizing audio qualities, kinda like having a doctor for a boyfriend or girlfriend, a 99% safe choice to bring home to your mother. But feel free to skip the Aria and Aria Snow Edition if, number one, you already own something that is considered objectively superior at higher price points, such as the The Audio Monarch Mark II. These will sound a little underwhelming in comparison. Number two, you don't like it neutral. More specifically, we're talking about IEMs tuned to the Harman curve or Moondrop's in-house VDSF curve. If you enjoy concussion-inducing bass or prefer a V-shaped sound signature, then please buy something else. And finally, if you hate commitments or entanglements, then no amount of audio quality is going to tie you down. Get it? You do you. Also, while these IEMs sound surprisingly detailed for the price, detail retrieval does not seem to be the main focus. And with that out of the way, let's kick things off with tonality. Now, in terms of tonality and sound signature, the OG Aria is tuned closer to the Harman curve, while the Snow Aria is tuned closer to the VDSF curve, which is Moondrop's in-house frequency response target that is also derived from the Harman curve. In my opinion, they both sound very similar, neutral, except for some minute differences. The most obvious one being bass. Now, OG Aria has more bass quantity in the mid-bass and sub-bass region, but can suffer from some mid-bass bloat to an acceptable degree for the price. For a majority of people who like to let loose with modern bangers from Billie Eilish or immerse themselves in deep bass lines like the one from Massive Attack's Angel, the OG Aria is no doubt the better choice. Now, while the Snow Aria has less sub-bass quantity and extension, it also no longer suffers from the mid-bass bloat that you get with OG Aria, so audiophiles might actually prefer the Snow Aria for bass instead. Moving on to the mid-range, the Aria Snow Edition has a tiny boost in the upper mids that help bridge that transition into the more sibilant frequencies of the treble range in a more natural manner. It also makes vocals sound more forward and accurate. This change in tuning for the mid-range is much more distinguishable and appreciated when you're listening to airy and soulful voices like Sigrid's in her live performance of Home to You from Jugendfest. Now, don't get me wrong, the OG Aria still holds up pretty well in the mid-range, retaining most of the body of the vocals, but they do sound a little harsher because they kind of dip down in the frequency range right before the sibilant areas, making the S's and T's sound a little more accentuated. In fact, with brighter female vocals that have a lot of vocal fry and distortion, this can be especially apparent. I'm talking about tracks like Easy On Me by Adele or River by Bishop Briggs. If vocals are a priority for you, then I would actually go for the Aria Snow Edition. Finally, let's talk about treble. Now, OG Aria has more treble extension above 10k Hz that help add a little more airiness and reveal more acoustic information about the room that will actually help the perception of soundstage. However, Aria Snow, because of the changes in tuning in the mid-range, does have improved separation between mid-range and treble. So actually, it's pretty much a toss-up. But if you like listening to orchestra or jazz tracks like Kamasi Washington's arrangement of Clair de Lune or Tank from Cowboy Bebop, then I personally prefer the OG Aria considering the extra oomph you get in the bass department, which presents a fuller and more fun sound. Surprisingly enough, I even preferred the OG Aria for Jacob Collier's Moon River because even though the main melody sounded silkier on the Aria Snow, that extra bass and treble extension from OG Aria makes for a fuller and more dynamic listening experience. Here's a recap on how I scored the OG Aria and Aria Snow Edition in a variety of categories. Overall, I give the Moondrop Aria and the Aria Snow Edition a #cheap buy 8 out of 10. So neither of these Arias are indisputably better than the other. They actually sound very similar in terms of tonality and technicalities, but to recap, I would pick the OG Aria if you're a bass head that wants a little more kick in the sub bass, but don't mind a little mid bass bloat that muddies up the mids a little bit. They just sound more energetic and fun. And I would pick the Aria Snow Edition if you mostly listen to vocal-centric music and want more unnatural and forward-sounding vocals. Personally, I would just stick to OG Aria because, as I said again, they're just more fun and energetic to listen to, especially for folks like me who enjoy different genres of music. However, when I'm on the go, I actually prefer the Aria Snow Edition because the cable is just much easier to manage. Done. And that is everything I have to say about OG Aria and Aria Snow Edition. If you thought this video was helpful, don't forget to like and share. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions regarding these Moondrop earphones. Also, if you're interested to pick up any of these Arias, then feel free to check out the links in the description. As I said, it will support us to make more content like this and won't cost you anything extra. Again, my name is Bangsawan Shane from Mob House, and follow us on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram to see more shenanigans from the Mob House crew. And I'll see you in the next one. So this comment section is for our RTX 4090 Zotac Amp Extreme Aero review. So the first comment is from Sid Vicious 3129 who made my day. She said that, what's up Mob House, you are truly a gift. The intro was sick bro. Keep up the amazing work and hitting everything from a different perspective. Thanks so much brother. I try my best because I'm kind of weird. So when I do videos, I want it to be weird like me. Jason Music says, what energy, the intro was really funny. Love your accent. Thanks so much bro. I'll try my best to make more videos like this. Super Saiyan Z says, you also don't game with RTX on. True, very true. We turn on DLSS to get more FPS instead. Yeah, I don't know why you all buy a 30 series, 40 series card, don't play with ray tracing on. What's the point? That's like you buy Ferrari but don't want to speed. If you drive Ferrari, you can definitely pay the ticket what?